Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raycore EMS 1 Fall Finals. It is the ties in place, which means only one thing. It is finals day here for the Raycore EMS 1 final. And the last two teams out of the groups have a chance to fight their way through to the semi-finals. Before we get there, though, let's just show you what happened yesterday via the groups and the bracket. Group A looks like this. Verigame safely through to the semi-finals, and they will play the Copenhagen Wolves or for Fnatic and Faculty not making it out of Group A. In Group B, unsurprisingly perhaps, Ninjas in Pyjamas going through, and then Na'Vi will play Universal Soldiers. The winner of that will play Verigames, and unfortunately, big R from the crowds coming up. Mouse Sports didn't make it through. Oh. That wasn't quite as loud as I expected. But anyway, we also have another man I'll introduce you to now, which is Mr. Jason Kaplan. Yesterday, he grew in size all day long. I think I probably made you about 8'11" by the end of the day. How you doing?
I'm doing good, but did you say you have to go over to a little man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to shorten you from 8'11" from yesterday.
So now we're going backwards.
We're going backwards now.
All right, good to know.
Yesterday was incredible, wasn't it? I mean, we had everything yesterday from, you know, fantastic matches, some awesome 1v3 clutches, crazy 59-round game. I mean, just everything. Can we expect the same today?
I hope not. I mean, we had those amazing matches. Actually, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that, because I was thinking the opposite. Yes, I hope we have amazing matches. The downside to that was I was thinking we had also some stomps. We had NIP going up against Na'Vi. I believe it was like 16-3 scoreline. We had Verigames versus Copenhagen Wolves was very one-sided. But the games you're talking about with the triple overtime, we had Verigames versus Fnatic going into overtime, was amazing to see. Hopefully we see games like that. Hopefully not like the other. All right,
okay. Let's take a look at Group A. Which is the group we're going to get into first this afternoon. Verigames, as we said already, safely through. 1-2, they're through. And now Copenhagen Wolves and Fnatic. The Battle of Scandinavia is about to take place. The last game in the group, if you weren't with us yesterday or you're not familiar with the format, the group stages, which have been changed this season from the previous season, we used to just have a straight quarter-final, now take place in dual tournament format. That literally means win two and you're through. It's GSL style, if you're familiar with that. And that leaves us with this final game of today, which is quite exciting, really, isn't it? Because you get the 4 games yesterday, and we work out one team that goes through, and then we get the decider on the second day, and we get the semis and the final. So all 5 games today are just going to be amazing, because something matters every time. You're either through or you're out. It's as simple as that.
And it's still kind of sad, you know, remembering one of these 2 teams going up here today is going to be dropped out. And then, of course, the other team on the other side of the bracket is going to be dropped out as well. But then again, we're going to have some awesome teams, the best of the best going up against each other. I can't wait. Yeah,
I mean, 6 teams are fantastic. Before we get into all 6 teams, we know that Verigames and NIP are through. Let's take a look at the first lineup for our first game of the day, which is our Group A deciding match, which is Copenhagen Wolves. Yesterday, they were, I guess you could say they were hot and cold. They blew both ways. Dupree, Fetish, Pimp, Freese, and Zip. Freese and Zip, the 2 men that formerly played for Fnatic, of course. Not this team that they've got, but played for the clan itself. How do you rate their chances against Fnatic?
I think it depends on everyone's performance. I mean, you said Copenhagen Wolves were very hot and cold, and it's very true. You look at Dupree, he went 22-4 in 10 against Faculty. You look at that like, wow, he played really well. But up against Verigames, he went 14-1 and 16. He was leading his team in both those games. I mean, it's not the greatest score, but against Verigames, it's actually, you know, quite commendable. But it depends who shows up. And on Fnatic's side, it's kind of the same deal.
All right, well, let's take a look at Fnatic's lineup right now. They line up like this. They are the familiar 5 now. I think the bar lady lost the plot there. Flusher, Schneider, Modi, JW, and Devilwalk. It's an interesting lineup for a number of reasons, in that it's a very young lineup, apart from Modi. I'm not going to call him old, but he's very much experienced man in the team. I don't think he'd forgive me if I called him that. But in general, I mean, we were speaking to Devilwalk yesterday, saying that how new they are to this in terms of LAN finals and what have you, and how it works, and they're still getting used to stuff, and yet they've been so impressive. So compared to what we saw yesterday when both of these teams played in the group stage, do you think Fnatic played better or had at least the better results?
I think if anyone goes into overtime versus Verigames, it shows they're playing impressive on the day. I mean, Copenhagen Wolves, they didn't play bad. It just didn't seem like they're playing up to par, up to what we know them to be at. And for Fnatic's side, it was all about JW. He went 32-5 and 25 against Verigames. He went 23-8 and 12 against Faculty to finish off the day, going 55-13 and 37. Ridiculous scoreline out of him. And if he can show up like that again, they're going to do really well. And Anders and I were talking about this when we were watching their game versus Verigames. And he was saying, you know, when JW steps up, everyone else seems to really step up. And when they do that, they're unstoppable.
Well, we'll find out what they're going to play in terms of maps in a moment as well. It's a best of 1. Let's go over to the map veto now. Cartman is over there with the team captains. I can see them being ready. So let's see which maps they get rid of first of all. Is this going to end up on Inferno again?
I'm kind of hoping so, actually. I don't know. We saw a lot of Inferno yesterday. I think we saw 3 or 4 matches on it, but...
Interestingly, I knew they were going to remove Dust 2. I spoke to Devil Wolf beforehand, and they were definitely not going to let Copenhagen Wolves play on Dust 2. They know just how good they are and how good Fetish is. And, well, interestingly, so Copenhagen have removed Cash. I think Cash is a coin flip map between these two teams, but, well, look at that. Very, very quickly. They knew exactly where this was going. And we've ended up with Mirage. I'm actually very happy about that because we haven't seen a Mirage game so far this weekend. Love the map a lot. And I think both of these two teams are very good on it. Do you think one favours?
I'm not really sure. I mean, if you get if you get JW with an op in middle, he can control it. It's all about that middle control for both teams. Usually the Terra side has an easier job of doing it. But at this point, if anyone steps up, it can really be anyone's game. It's fairly even, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually one of the closest maps we have in terms of bias. So we're just going to find out which one's better.
Okay, players are just getting ready in their group huddle, so we're not far away from the start of the game. This is best of 1 as well. We should point that out. It's still part of the group, effectively, before we move into the semis and the final. So it's all or nothing. They've got to turn up now. It's the first game of the day. I know some of them aren't going to be quite ready. I mean, we've talked about that in the past, where they're still feeling their settings out. But these guys have been in here for a good couple of hours warming up, so shouldn't be any issues. And
the thing is, if you look at who they have to play after, going up against NIP in the second or in the semifinal round, I mean, these two teams are really good, but I don't think they're on the same level as NIP. So when they beat them, they have to come back a little bit later on today and hopefully have focused a little bit more to go up against them. Because yesterday they looked ridiculous. They looked unstoppable. 5th Laren putting up, I think it was a 35-2 scoreline against Navi right there, and that's really going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic yesterday. It's funny you should talk about Nip because Verigame's also impressive in their second game, not so much in their first one with Fnatic, but they're in the mix as well. They've got their place in the semi-final booked. And then the other one is Universal Soldiers and Navi. So we've got 6 teams, which are absolutely incredible, vying for 4 spots in the semi-final. So I don't think we could have asked for a better lineup, really.
And we have that rematch.
We do have the
Universal
rematch.
Soldiers versus Navi when it went to a triple overtime. I really want to see. Maybe we're going to have Dust 2 on that map, and we're going to see 3-4 overtimes.
I don't know if we can cope with that many overtimes again, but nevertheless, we are going to get into our first game of the day. Universal Soldiers versus Navi is coming up straight after this one, so don't go too far away if you're a Pole or a Ukrainian fan, because that one's going to be very exciting, as Jason says. Now, let's go over to our commentary team for our first game of the day. We've been looking for an Archon name for these two, and I think we've found the perfect one. It's Pansy. So who else is it? It's Pandas.
Wow, Pandas.
That is creative, isn't it?
I quite like that. I might have to, rename myself to Pandas.
Well played.
Now.
Almost a little tear in my eye.
I heard people get very emotional today. It's been an emotional ride so far. Obviously, some teams leaving us early, but we are going to find out who's going to be staying with us and who's going to be going home. And it's incredible to think at this point we're going to lose someone of this caliber already.
Yeah, I mean, all teams in this tournament so far has been so good. It's actually been rough to see any of them go, and some a little bit harder than others. You know, some really fought for it. Some teams get really thrown out. So that's unfortunate. But this match today is obviously going to be a really interesting one, and the fact that it's only going to be Mirage, that makes it no less interesting. I think Fnatic are going to be really pissed that they actually ended up on Mirage. I don't think that's a map that they wanted at all.
No, why would you? Against Copenhagen Wolves on that map, they have great results. They've beaten VG, they've taken NIP to overtimes on it. They are strong on this map, and Fnatic, they have good moments, don't get me wrong, but not on the same level.
No, and I spoke to Devilwalk yesterday before one of the matches. I tried to catch him and be like, well, so what map don't you want to play? You know what he said? Mirage. Said we don't really play Mirage much. But let's be fair, I mean, these are professional teams. They obviously know how to play all the maps. They have Khan behind them. You know, I'm actually just impressed and slightly awed by the fact that Khan's dedication to really being a team captain and team manager is really, really cool.
Yeah.
You see him right there on the screen, just talking to the team, making sure they know what's up, and that's Fetish. Speaking it up, I promised Fetish I'd say something nice about him, so we can start off with the caps. You were mentioning those earlier.
I love them. I really like their hats, to be fair. It's kind of cool. It's a bit of a different thing. Everyone's got the t-shirts, the jackets. They go for something a little bit more as well. I kind of like that. It's pretty cool. I do like that. It's pretty cool. But no, I want to ask your predictions on this one. Now, we know the map choice is not looking pretty, really, for Fnatic. In the nicest way. Yeah. If they get this one, it's certainly going to prove a point. And they've been proving a fair few points. You know, the first game they played against Verigames, that was an upset within itself. But this is a very different situation. This is everything on the line now. Where is your money going to be put on this one?
Well, the last 2 maps in the actual voting process were Train and Mirage. And if it had gone to Train, I would have probably given it to Fnatic.
Correct, I'd join you on that.
Because JW has been such a good AWP player in this tournament. It's ridiculous how well he's been playing. Well, you heard Jason pulling out the stats earlier, and it was just, you know, he's been off the charts. So on Train, that really makes a big difference. And it can on Mirage too. But now it's Mirage. I'm going to give it to Copenhagen Wolves. And since I've been in the habit of also predicting scores.
Yeah, apparently you've been doing rather well and beating me on that front because you get bonus points. And I'm not sure if I agree to this new kind of system we're using.
I predicted overtime. It went to triple overtime. And I'm collecting all those points. You know, that's
all
how
the
it
internet
works.
points.
Exactly, all the internet points.
Build up.
So, no, but I think I'm going to have to put it 16-12 in favor of Copenhagen Wolves.
Okay, that's still giving a fair bit of credit towards Fnatic as well.
It is. I don't think they're going to wash out here at all.
No. But we did kind of discuss when we first got in this morning that everything can change. It's a brand new day here, and no matter how well they played yesterday, for example, if maybe a couple of players didn't sleep well, anything can change. And if a team doesn't turn up initially, they could really suffer here. And the same can go for Copenhagen Wolves as much as Fnatic. If, as much as the map may bias them, if their minds aren't set, they could be in trouble already. And that's the danger of, these offline tournaments sometimes, that some teams just don't turn up on the second days. You see it time and time again, but I've got to give credit to Fnatic. They were here before I was. There was Modi sitting out at the front, literally waiting to be let in the building. I'm like, just go into the studios. It's completely dark in there, but sit down, prep, do what you want, because they are keen to get this one.
They are not. Actually, I know that some of the players are really happy about this too. They said, well, this is what we actually like about the Raid Core Cup and about how the way ESL are running things is we can show up 3 hours in advance if we want to. Do tactics, play, warm up, just get our minds in the right place. And it's not like, they have to try and, warm up off stage somewhere and maybe they can warm up on different computers and then they go to the real stage and they have to set up everything again. They have so much time to get ready. And I think that really, that affects the level of play as well that we've been seeing. It does make a big difference for their state of mind. And
certainly does.
I mean, look at how much Fnatic are talking to each other right now. They're all in it. You can see they're all contributing. Obviously, Modi and Khan with a lot of experience and used to play together as well. So, it has to be a little bit of synergy going on there. But the new players as well, Devilwalk and Schneider and Flusher and JW, I mean, they pitch in as well. Flusher recently was, in-game leader as well. Modi has been the in-game leader. So they have a lot of people who actually know the game at a really deep level.
Yeah, of course, and it works wonders. Communication is absolutely vital, and every single introduction video for these teams, they've always been saying, we're focused on our communication, we've really improved it. Yeah. And when you have that many possible in-game leaders, they know exactly how to communicate with each other and what information is absolutely key to that round. Yeah.
Now on the other team though, on Copenhagen Wolves side, it's Fetchish who's the in-game leader, and I didn't actually follow the Source scene all that much, but we both know Risk, who's been a long-time Source community member and actually and he knows these people personally as well. And he's vouched for me and told me that Fetish was probably one of the best in-game leaders of Source. I mean, tactically, a really, really strong mind, and that's going to be interesting to see how that will play out once we actually get into the game. We're just getting ready. I think that Sipnik's looking serious as well.
I don't think I've seen him smile yet. No. So maybe towards the end of the game, if they do go to the correct scoreline that you predicted, it might be a little grin on the face, but who knows? Let's not put any pressure on them yet.
Concentration. I think we actually got the predictions from the audience, and I guess that's from the community as well. So you guys online there, 80% Fnatic, and audience says
that's very even.
But look at the difference between community and the audience.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Raise your pandas.
Raise your pandas in the chat, really? Well played.
Genius.
Well played,
absolute
Twitch chat.
Genius.
I appreciate that.
See, normally I encourage Kappa, but that's absolutely fine. You know what I mean? I'm happy with Raise Your Pandas.
But they don't need encouragement, that's the thing. They just do. They just do.
You can't get enough Kappa, all I'm saying. Like it's a vital part of my day. It's like I don't even say hello anymore. It's just that happened. Kappa. It's a good part of my life. It really is. But
is it on a t-shirt yet? It should be.
I need to get one. I'm going to get it signed by like the Twitch staff or something like that. I think it'd be a vital part of my daily routine. It will. I'll make it happen. But as you can see, these guys obviously are still setting up. They want to make sure everything is perfect. There's no need to rush at the moment. Obviously, getting everything in the right place really does help. And then, NIP proved me wrong by saying that on playing on completely different peripherals and absolutely smashing through. So it's a little bit strange,
wasn't it?
For Flaren, whoever gave him that setup, he should just keep it in the nicest way.
I think it's Muddy, actually.
Wow,
so,
maybe there's a little bit of something there.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to give it back at all. Flaren was playing amazingly yesterday.
He really was.
I'm really surprised, I think, a lot of people, and at the same time, the question then begs, is he going to be back and do the same today?
Big question.
He's probably going to need to do that, actually.
Gotcha.
If he could, then NIP might just pull it through. If not, then there's still a very games waiting in the other group, which is actually this group.
Oh, I do believe actually we're live in the knife round.
Oh, great, great.
See, now I don't cast knife rounds. Okay, I leave them well and truly alone, but I will allow you as my panda buddy to take this one away.
Well, the knife round, I mean, I've been scared ever since, because Red Eye set the bar very high with doing actual accents for the knife round.
I can't do an accent.
I really wanted to try, and if I had, I wanted to do like a David Attenborough accent or something like that.
Okay.
Try and make it happen, but it just doesn't. Like, I'm still trying to perfect it. So I'll let it wait for a little bit and just, just observe.
Just drop it in there at some point.
Just drop it in there at some point, exactly.
Alrighty. So we'll be waiting for that one, but I do believe it was Fnatic who actually picked up that knife, so they will get the choice of side. I don't think it's going to be a surprising choice. It will probably be CT here.
It should be CT, even though it doesn't really make that big of a difference. We are on Mirage, it's like 3% CT favor, I think.
It's around that marker. It's certainly no nuke or no train, so it's still fairly even on that. And I can imagine it's just preference, really.
So you have to play a whole lot of maps to really notice that, and that's we're just playing a best of one here, so
exactly.
I don't think we need to put too much focus on that. But obviously there is a difference between the teams. Some teams actually just play better on the terrorist or on the counter-terrorist side, so that does make a difference, and we'll see if it does here. We're right into it. Flusher is actually the only one at the A-bomb side. They've got JW in the window room, and he's going to be peeking out. Flusher trying to get a kill. He's spotting them in there. The bomb is there as well. This is a great take from Copenhagen Wolves. They're just right into it.
Yeah, they are not holding back for a second. Fnatic on the back foot, trying to find a way in. Flusher still dancing around. JW challenging by mid, pushing straight up there, trying to get the connection. He's got it. Fnatic have a chance here.
Very good stuff. Dupree, Pimp, and Fetchage left. It's a 3-on-5. The bomb is down. It's going to be Dupree to get the kill, and Pimp and Fetchage are still alive. 2-on-3. They could do this because Fetchage is in a great position. They're even trying with the Molotovs. Fnatic are bringing all the artillery out here, but is it enough? He gets the shot. Schneider, straight headshot onto Fetchage, and you can hear them shouting in the background. A great round from Fnatic, and actually a critical way to start off the game, or the day for them as well.
And considering how confident Copenhagen Wolves took that site, it was huge to come back into that. So Fnatic will obviously pick up that first pistol. Next 2 rounds, should in theory be theirs.
Yeah.
But we've seen a lot of turns of these kind of pistol rounds at the moment. I don't know what's going on, but they do seem to be liking switching things up, and it seems they've got a massive bit of a B push coming out. Schneider and Modi could be on the receiving end here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I guess Fnatic are going to be happy that they're not going to be running into any body armor or P250s like they would if it was Very Games, and that's part of the cause of why these pistol rounds have been going so much back and forth. Is Very Games really trying to reinvent the game that way, but yeah, Modi defending here and just hitting great shots, but he's getting a little bit of a run here. Schneider actually getting taken down. The bomb goes down. That's a great plant there. That's very huge from Copenhagen Wolves, and actually a mistake on Fnatic's part, probably.
Yeah, that might come back to haunt them there on that T side. Building up any money is just going to really cause a bit of an impact. So we'll have to see how that really does affect it towards the later half of this game to see if it really comes into play, because kills coming in are not looking too great for the Wolves so far, but that plant really must have just caught Fnatic off guard.
That plant is the difference between Copenhagen Wolves being able to buy this round and not. You can see them with AKs and almost full grenades, so that makes all the difference. Massive. $800 is all you need.
Yeah, and that one round really can come into effect. We've seen it before, but we are seeing a little bit of a different setup. Priest down towards mid, the rest of the Wolves going towards A, taking their time. However, those Molotovs will be holding them back. A little bit of a spam through mid as well, but Schneider, JW, and Flusher are fairly aggressive here.
They definitely are, and it's just Freeze who's in the middle here defending. Dupree actually goes down, so that was him in the middle. Freeze drops as well. It's going to be Pimp and only Sipniks left in a 2-on-4. Great defense from Fnatic. And you did mention this is a critical round. You're absolutely right, Fnatic. They will eco if they lose this round, and right now it's not looking like they're going to let it go.
No, indeed. Pimp and Zip still looking for this one. Devilwalks locked that down, though, not allowing a step towards that site. Bomb is now loose. Pimp left in a 1v4. JW is hunting around, going to drop that flash up and over. Go for a little bit of a peek, see if he can catch a glimpse, but I believe Schneider's caught a glimpse as well. They're all spraying down towards him. Modi pushing him from the back. Pimp's defending it, though. He's not going to get any more than 2, however, as JW will close out the round and get 3 on the board.
It's very important. That's obviously going to put Copenhagen Wolves back to just pistols. Now, we were off to a really quick start, so we didn't really get to talk much about this actual map. We just kind of rushed into it, which is always good. But at the same time, the mid-control of this map, we need to point this out, is really important because it opens up so many additional routes into either bomb side and also into the middle where you can actually boost people up. So it's great work from Fnatic to actually get into the middle and deny that mid-control to Copenhagen Wolves, killing Dupree and aggressively taking it. And that, you know, that kind of that was a problem for Copenhagen once they get into the bomb site, because they had nobody flanking from the middle at all.
But then again, do you want to be challenging JW in mid? If you were Copenhagen Wolves, that's the last player I want to be challenging. However, dupreeh does take him down with a pistol. Fetish follows up on the flusher. They're causing trouble here.
Yeah, and actually dupreeh's picked up this AWP as well. They have 2 rifles now that they've stolen, and it's 4-on-3. This is amazing. Modi is going to take down dupreeh, 1 tab in the middle, and takes the next one. Pimp trying to recover that rifle. Schneider with the kill as well. Fnatic looking dangerous for a moment, but they bring it back right straight away.
Yeah, damage control coming in from Fnatic there, picking up a good couple of players. Now just Xyp9x stands in a 1v3, and I don't think they're going to allow him a foot near it. Schneider will lock it down, and another round on the board, but Copenhagen Wolves got a little bit close for comfort then.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that's a good round. They've had good eco rounds so far. Now they need good rifle rounds. You know, getting 2 kills on Fnatic in that round makes a difference, because it'll force Fnatic to rebuy. It keeps their economy a little bit lower, and they can, you know, stop them from running away. But we do see there's actually a lot of money on Fnatic's side. So now is the time for Copenhagen Wolves to come in here and get around, but they are actually going to go into the middle, and Flusher pushed up pretty aggressively in there. Wow. They're just coming for it. dupreeh's actually going to take the shot on JW. He's trying to run away, and Xyp9x gets 1. It's Fnatic and Flusher getting 2 kills in return before Freeze drops him. Devilwalk and Modi left 2-on-3. This should be their round, but the bomb is actually lost in the middle, so they need to pick that up, and when they do, is Modi going to be waiting for them? That's the question. It looks really likely right now.
Modi or Freeze, who is your money on right now? Freeze still eyeing up with the AWP down the bottom of mid. He's waiting for a player to peek out. Oh, he just caught a glimpse. That's going to be enough. But Modi is backing away a touch, just checking the back. But 1 minute still on the board. There's enough time for the Wolves to get themselves into a position they want to be in. Pimp is edging round, looking for a way through. Modi still sitting in the same place, trying to make sure no one gets that bomb too easily. Surely aware of where that is.
Yeah, Pimp, as soon as he picks it up, Modi's going to hear it. Let's just see. Smoke comes out. Smart play from Pimp, making sure that, you know, he's limiting the angles he can actually get attacked from. And there's Modi, but they're all raiding there, so doesn't get it. They pick up the bomb, and they still have 30 seconds, but now they actually need to move. And look at Fnatic. They know exactly what's up. They know it's going to be a B push. They all show up to the party. Modi and Devilwalk, they need to hold this. 2-on-3. There's the 1 shot onto Freeze. Great play from Modi. He's going to keep going. Doesn't hit the next shot quite yet, but there is second shot. Headshot as well. He gets the 3rd one. There's the triple kill for Modi. Great play, and Fnatic, they take that round as well. Bansi, that was amazing.
Beautifully played against the odds. Fnatic turning up, or should I say Modi turning up. 8-2 currently. Big plays coming out from him. So well played. It was the perfect timing. Never going too far in. Always playing it right on point. And the Wolves are now in trouble. 5-0. That's not the position you really want to be in.
No, it is not. I mean, it's still early in the first half, so it's perfectly possible that they can come back from this. But they need to take a round sooner or later now, or sooner rather than later, because the problem is that Fnatic's money is actually so much now that they can probably lose 2 rounds in a row here and still be able to buy. And that's really bad when you're on the terrorist side. They need to put that economy to rest early on. It looks like it's going to be a push for the A-bomb side this time.
Yeah, dupreeh and Xyp9x both pushing in. It's going to be Xyp9x to take down Devilwalk, so that's the first member of Fnatic removed from the A site. JW will be moving around to pick up the mantle, but dupreeh's already there. There's JW, though, taking down Xyp9x. Modi chimes in on the Freeze, and Fnatic are just so good at keeping this in their hands, even from afar.
Yeah, they are now. There's only 3 people left on Copenhagen Wolves' side. They have a cool triangle set up, but they're expecting a flank which isn't actually coming, so one of their members is kind of not doing much at the back end there, and he's actually going to rotate in. That's pretty good. Still waiting. The clock is ticking. They have kits, obviously, and here comes Fnatic. No more time to waste. They need to go for it. dupreeh's waiting down here. There's Pimp with a shot. Flusher's going to get one, but Schneider gets another kill. That leaves Pimp alone. He's going to go down. Modi gets the 2nd kill as well, with enough time to defuse. Fnatic, they are looking really strong today.
Yeah, definitely looking incredible today. They had that brilliantly close game with Very Games before, but these guys are not messing around today. They are coming out all guns blazing, and I kind of want to hear what's going on in their kind of, you know, raid call communications at the moment, because it's got to be so pumped up.
Yeah.
6 rounds in a row. Let's have a little listen in if we can. We're going to just turn that one up, see exactly what's going on there.
Uppe mitt redan. Jag tror inte han såg mig. Jag gick UG. Nej, fan du säljer mig alltså. Det är 3 mitten. En mot B. Jag kör upp UG. Det är 3 mitten.
Kan du över på?
En B mot B. Han tog på en för UG-trapp.
En slå på den. Jag är inne och så kommer bara försöka döda bort i ryggen.
Ja, jag också.
So that was Fnatic there, playing fairly careful. They don't sound too overexcited. It's just quite calm there at the end.
Yeah, and I actually think we got them exactly at the point where it could have calmed down because they just lost 3 players without taking a single kill in return. I'm sure we could hear the screams in the background, so I think that's like, that's the mood changer right there on Fnatic. They went from being hyped up to being just, put in their place a little bit here. Flusher and Modi, 2-on-5 situation. What's the optimal play here? I'm not sure if it's to save the rifles or to try and limit, get some kills, get some rifles away from Copenhagen Wolves, but it's going to be difficult. Flusher actually has an AWP, so might want to save that.
Yeah, he's in a great position, but Freeze will be edging towards him. Carefully does it, and I think Freeze just spotted him out there. That's the AWP remove. Now, Modi just has to play carefully, surely, but he's going in for it.
Yeah, he wants to try and get this. He actually gets the bomb. No, that wasn't the bomb. I was going to say that was the bomb carry. That would have been funny. But dupreeh, the one going down, and now Muddy making his way out of there.
Yeah.
Everything matters. That AK 2700 taken away from Copenhagen Wolves. Is it going to win or lose the game? Actually, at the end of the game, it can.
It really can.
It can come down to just a few rifles that you might need to save or take away from the enemy. So there it is. Muddy, they're coming for him, and they actually not that much, so I'm wondering, they probably don't have that big enough an economy. If they don't want to throw away rifles, it probably means they're fairly poor.
Yeah, they're not sitting too pretty, and obviously, after the amount of rounds they've lost, you can kind of tell as to why. Well, he does find Fetish at the end there, but that's the first round on the board for the Wolves, and apparently us tuning into Raid Call gives Fnatic a bit of bad luck there, so we'll try and avoid that one. We don't want to off-put them.
It's the caster's curse, isn't it?
It is. We might tune back into the Wolves to see if we can mix it out. We are sorry, we do apologise. But there's the confidence booster, as you said, that the Wolves needed. That's them back in this game, but JW is peering down mid. He's got 3 possible targets there at the moment. Let's see if we can pick any of these up. Oh, Freeze sends him flying dupreeh through mid as well. The Wolves have woken up.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're ready. They're on the hunt, and Devilwalk here is going to be shut down as well. dupreeh takes that headshot. Schneider and Modi left again. It's a 2-on-5 situation. And this is the point in the game where you have to start wondering. I mean, Fnatic, they have a lot of money, but do they want to throw rifles away? And that's kind of what they're doing right now. And this could come back to haunt them a lot. Modi, he survived with the rifle last round, but is he going to be able to do it once again here? That's the question. Oh my god, I think he actually spotted the shadow. He does, but he turns around, gets the one shot. Sipnix will find him. That's incredibly unfortunate. That was a cool position for Modi, peeking through that tiny gap, and I think he actually saw the shadow of one of the players coming around, so that was very interesting. It's going to be the next round coming up when we see the shot of the players. Copenhagen Wolves probably regaining confidence step by step here, and it's good to see that they don't just crash out completely, because when you lose that many rounds in a row early on, it can be a little bit of a letdown. 6-2, the 9th round is coming up, and in the middle again, well, actually it's Flusher with a shotgun and JW with a FAMAS, so there we see the economic breakdown of the counter-terrorist team slowly coming into effect. If they lose this round, it probably will be an eco round for them.
Yeah, and it does seem as though Devilwalk Schneider, JW, all eyes trained towards mid, and this time is making a difference. Here we go, Devilwalk Schneider taking down dupreeh and Sipnix. That's denied the easy access that was just running rampage through them in the last couple of rounds. Yeah,
very good. Those early kills, they do matter, and Fnatic, the 2 rounds they've lost so far have been on the back of some very good entry kills. So Pimp, Freeze, and Fetish left. Was the best play here? Well, I suspect they're going to try and go for some counter picks. Trying to push a bomb site with 2 people down doesn't really make sense. So if you can get Freeze to pick somebody off and equalize the situation, not hitting that shot though, and actually will make it out alive. Surprisingly, Devilwalk not taking him down. D is really low, so it's still, a good amount of damage on. And Fnatic, they're just fine in this round.
Yeah, Fnatic. They need this one again. As you mentioned, the economy starting to make its impact towards what they can actually do here. Devilwalk has been receiving a good chunk of damage there. Nades have taken him down to 24 HP. Pimp, Freeze, and Fetish still around mid, taking their time.
Oh, look at Flusher coming up from behind as well. Fetish is pushing up towards the B bomb site, but Flusher's making his way up here. Sneaky with the shotgun. He actually finds one, but it's JW to take a kill on Freeze. Flusher's fighting it out at long range with Pimp, who has an AK, so that's a dangerous thing. Fetish trying to come back to help him out, and they're just so far apart, Copenhagen Wolves. It's a little bit weird.
Yeah, indeed. 37 HP. It's a bit of a slugging battle. Pimp will win that one eventually. But look at the time. It's too little, too late. The job was done enough by Flusher to keep that bomb in place, to lock down the time, and Fnatic get another one back on the board. But what can Copenhagen Wolves do now? They noticed that Fnatic have kind of locked down mid. They put 2 players there rather than just the one. They focused on denying the easy access for the Wolves. How can they adapt now?
Well, it seems to me like the best rounds, the most successful rounds they've had have come off of the back of some really good pickoffs, but you can't really rely on that continuously because you could just get killed in return. So it looks like actually they're going to go and try really aggressively down the middle, get up close and try and deny any kind of AWP play in the middle from JW. And he's not actually, oh, he is up close. There's going to be Devilwalk going down. Schneider gets a kill on Sipnix. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and they're going to go in for this A-bomb site. They're actually wrapping around into the window room, going to find JW and take him down. 2-on-3 situation, but the bomb is kind of stuck on the slope right now, and there are people defending it.
Oh my word. What a play there, coming in big, picking up 2 key kills, leaving just Modi alive in a 1v2. He's in that position he was before. It worked rather well, but it didn't get in the round last time. He's going to peer up, does get dropped down by Fetish, and the Wolves somehow bring themselves back into this one again.
That was impressive. Caught Fnatic off guard in spite of the fact that this isn't actually the first round they've rushed kind of aggressively middle. But Fnatic apparently like a slow setup. You know, would prefer to just have a little bit of time to wait there. And maybe we can listen in on the Copenhagen Wolves for just a little bit.
Yeah, let's see how it's going on their side.
Mukkes lisken. De blæses lisken. Jeg tror, I køb.
Ja, det tror jeg også. Vi prøver at lave den langsommere kort der.
Jo, lad os bare køre langsommere kort nu. Ind undergrund.
Okay.
Jeg kommer op B-gang.
Jeg står og holder ham her.
Ja, pas på, han ikke kommer frem B-gang, når vi kommer. Jeg skal hjælpe dig. Der undergrund.
Har han set dig?
Nok pas frem B-gang, når han...
Jeg holder bøssen.
Flasher ned, Syb.
Ja, flasher nu.
Husk, han kan stå i der indhak dernede, gutter.
Jeg ved. Død. Der er stikker.
Det lyder som en ekko.
Jeg så granater på A.
B-gang. Han har købt.
Ja, de har sat sig og købt.
Vi lister bare til. Jeg kan sige, når du kommer frem nede.
Jamen, Jakob, han er fucked.
Jeg kommer ned, jeg kommer frem. Men giv lige to, jeg holder lige bag for spawn. Hvem er der ikke noget okay? Nej, jeg lister frem.
Jakob.
Det ved vi bare små granater, tror jeg. De er ikke
Nej, de har købt.
Jakob, jeg tager... Jeg kommer op nu.
Tid nu, dreng. Tid nu. Nu skal vi begynde at køre.
Rulle.
Og så låst os fra A.
Prøv at spotte nu. Nej, Jakob. Kør nu.
Gå på A, ikke?
Han sidder sikkert Modi. Husk på, han sidder sikkert Modi. Jeg flasher ind her, Dubbe.
Han er op B-gang. Holder vinkel lige til venstre.
Død.
En link.
I holder mig.
Dernede. Jeg har tort.
Jeg sidder i gel. Jeg har vinduet, Michael. Jeg har vinduet.
Måske bag for B-gang.
Gå lang af.
Ja, pas på bag for B-gang.
Jeg står kort.
Jeg tager bag for B-gang lige om lidt. Jeg holder vinduet. Der er smoket, mand. Hop op B-gang med.
Jeg tror, der kommer ind bag B-gang. Jeg synes, det
er der også. Der er en bagfra. Jeg hopper væk. Jeg hopper væk.
En kort.
Lad os gå en kort med.
Han sparer sig. Seriøst, det ligner han sparer. Ja, han bliver helt væk.
Jeg løber ind lige.
Oh my god, what a brilliant round. Copenhagen Wolves managing to force Fnatic to take some rounds. And I mean, for those of you who don't understand Danish, I suppose it might have been a little bit less interesting.
Here.
But my god, that was a cool round. Well, first of all, they spotted the guy in the underground and they called it out. And they actually prepared the flash. You could hear them say, well, in Danish, they said, well, I'll flash your peak. And there it is. But they got the kill on the guy who had only a rifle, or only a pistol. Yeah. And that actually made them think it was a straight eco round. It meant that they thought it was some straight eco round. They just assumed that it was going to be, well, everyone with pistols. So that's what they called out.
Came in.
They realized at one point that they had rifles, and that probably made the round. If they had thought that was everyone with pistols, they would have made different decisions. And that was a turnaround point for Copenhagen Wolves. That's a great insight into how much this information really matters. You think that it's an eco round, you're going to make one choice. If you think they all have rifles, you're going to make different choices. And, well, Copenhagen Wolves, they found that actually at the last second. So well played, and that's going to bring them another round. 7-4 as a scoreline right now, 12 rounds into the game. And, man, that Ray call input there is so cool.
I love hearing from it, just the emotion that's behind them as well. In comparison to Fnatic, who are very calm, very clinical, the Wolves are pumped up, and you can tell as to why they're bringing this scoreline quite close now, 7-4.
Yeah.
And, well, the CT side aren't looking too pretty. There's a Nova in the mix, a Deagle. They're not completely sitting pretty for money at the moment, but it does seem as though they're setting up for this A-push. There's a 4-man stack here.
Yeah, there is indeed. And look at the flash coming, smoke's coming as well. There's a lot of complaints about how you can't smoke on the new Mirage, but you can indeed. Flusher with the shotgun up close, trying to shoot through, guess the angle. He's not going to get it. He will be dropped down 2-for-1 right now. Schneider is going to get a kill in return. It's a 4-on-2 situation. Devilwalker and Modi left. They have to hold this one. I think they could be back to ecoing, actually. And this time, like a full eco if they lose this round. And the bomb is all the way at the B bomb side. As we see Steel drawing on the minimap to alert us to the situation. And you're absolutely right, Steel. That's a huge flank coming in.
That is ridiculous. Modi and Schneider have only just found out. And, well, Modi's taken down dupreeh at least, but still, 3 in his way. Fetish is holding the cross. Lovely positioning coming in. Clinical play there from him. And now Devilwalk knows there's no way back from this. He's going to back away, and it's probably the best choice.
It is the best choice. What brilliant play. I mean, first of all, the fake. You're absolutely right. You know, faking the bomb site and then leaving one person. They didn't realize before the bomb goes down, so you know you have a pretty good strategy on your hand when you can plant the bomb and the counter-terrorist team doesn't even realize. And then you're right, the crossover in the middle from Fetish. That meant even, you know, maybe Fnatic could have got to the bomb site, picked one guy off and tried for it. But when you can't even get to the bomb site without losing people, that really puts a stop to everything. And 7-5 now. Copenhagen Wolves, well, they're well on their way back. Fnatic, they had the one AK that they saved on Devilwalk, and that's it.
I've got to say, Modi's still on 15-6 as well. He's been playing so well, but it doesn't matter. The Wolves are getting very, very close alone, 7-5. And it seems like they're going for that mid-presence this time around. Bit of an eco coming in from Fnatic, as you said, excluding that AK. And this could spell trouble. 6-7 would be a worrying sight for any Fnatic fans. Pimp does seem to have an idea here as well.
I love this though. Aggressive push up over in the hallways here, and they've got the AK with them on Devilwalk. It's right around the corner. He's going to peek out aggressively. He wants to try, and he still has body armor, so it's possible. But Pimp has been playing really well so far, but not this time. He gets taken down. Devilwalk, there's another one waiting. It's Fetish right here. Does get the shot on Modi, but that's not the AK. It's still alive on Devilwalk.
Devilwalk is causing so much trouble. 4 HP will be the end of him eventually, as Fetish does take him down, but Schneider and Flusher already there, but dupreeh is not fully committed, but Schneider's still trying to hold him at bay. Gets some good pistol fire towards him. No great connections, however. Now Flusher lays in wait.
Flusher, I want him to jump up and get the shot here, but he's not doing it just yet. He's waiting for them to peek in. I don't think it's a smart move to jump and shoot either, but it, you know, for visuals, it looks great when it happens, but that's not why Flusher's playing, obviously. They are all in this bomb site, so they have the right stack here. 4 and 3. Oh, grenades do a lot of damage when you don't have body armor, but it's technically possible. The P2000 is a P250 is a really powerful pistol. Flusher's even showing his off as he comes into combat. JW alone in a 1-on-4. There was a slight opening, but it got quickly taken away, and that means now Copenhagen Wolves, well, they're just 1 round away from equalizing.
Indeed, and JW's got 1 at least on the outway. Does pick up dupreeh there, but Xyp9x will close out, and the Wolves are 1 round away. This is unbelievable stuff from these guys. There was such a long road for them to get back into this, but they are working so damn hard at it, and they're just showing you how good you can play that T side. It's become a real masterclass in this, and I can't wait to see what I can bring here. We are seeing a fully bought up Fnatic though, so this is where the difference can begin. Smoke will be placed down by mid. We do see dupreeh, Pimp, and Fetish both going towards it. Priest and Xyp9x splitting off, but right now it's an absolute bloodbath. Schneider has ripped apart the Wolves. Pimp goes down, dupreeh goes down, Fetish falls, Flusher joins in, and now just Free stands.
And why not get the last kill when you're already going, Schneider? Why not just keep going like that? Quad kill from Schneider, 3 of them in the middle. What an amazing round, and actually that was very cool because Copenhagen Wolves, they put that flash and actually, that smoke, I actually assumed that smoke was going to go towards the window, and I wonder how they were going to pull that off because it looked like a really steep angle, but it landed way closer. It landed close to the middle.
Yeah.
And what that meant is they could get up, you know, the middle without getting spotted from window, so they do it again. They want to get up close, and but Fnatic were ready for them. 8-6 now, and the final round of the map coming in, or the final round of the half coming in right now, the 15th round is what we're looking at.
And this is where we see who's going to get that real advantage, that little bit more confidence on their side. Priest, Xyp, and dupreeh all the way down in mid, but look at Devilwalk and Schneider. They are all the way around the back here. They're going on the rotate. We still see JW holding down the cross, and Fnatic are just surrounding them.
He comes up behind them, but Fetish actually gets taken down. That was a great flank from Fetish, but somehow Schneider, he turned around for it, and now what Copenhagen Wolves, I don't think they can win this round. They're completely surrounded, and they have no idea what the counter-terrorists are. Devilwalk, oh, he's actually in a bad position. He will get dropped, so that makes it a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, Devilwalk was in a godlike position then, but for some reason he just couldn't quite. I think if he had waited instead of taking that shot, he probably would have got a kill, but that's a tough call to make in the heat of the moment. You have maybe just a few seconds to make that call.
Yeah, don't think any of us can really blame him on that one, but still. 1-for-1 trade, 30 seconds left. Schneider, Flusher by A, JW on the rotate over. Modi still stuck by B. We are seeing the Wolves looking like they want to be hitting that A side. Smokes will be going down. JW edging a little bit closer. He knows the Wolves are coming. Zip and Dupree picking up one each. Flusher replies, but still, the Wolves have their hands on this A site right now.
Beautiful stuff. Flusher and Modi 2-on-3. If somehow they manage to break it into this site, they put down the bomb as well, and that's so good. They have the smokes to make sure they don't get shut down so easily. And because it's the new Mirage as well, or the Valve version of the Mirage map here, there's a lot more coverage in this bomb site. You can't get as easily banged down. So Modi's coming in to try and see if he could pick anybody off, and Pimp is looking for him as well. Modi in a 1-on-2. The bomb is ticking away, and he's going for it. He's the top fragger by far in this game. Is he going to jump to get the shot? He just peeks around the corner. Oh, Modi, he knows the map. He's been practicing. It's a 1-on-1 now. He comes for the shot. Modi gets it. That's a triple kill. He went. Oh, it's enough time, Modi. 3-2. It's going to blow. Yes, it will. Copenhagen Wolves managed to do it. 8-7. Oh, my God. In the last second.
Oh, my God. Modi, you tried so hard then.
Oh, wow. That was so close. I wish more than anything that the bomb timer showed milliseconds, because I want to know.
That would have been down to it.
I want to know like what fraction of a second that was. That was so close. Look at Freeze. He was the one who was in a 1-on-1 with Modi, and he's not even looking all that happy. I think he's shocked. He's surprised that they won that round. That's actually a bad round to lose on, because it's the final round of the half. We go straight into the second half, and that was so close. Modi did everything he could that round. Triple kill and almost managed to bring it back. And here we go, second round or second half coming up. 8-7 the score. Let's see. Copenhagen Wolves, if they win this pistol round, well, then I think they're good to go.
Yeah, it certainly will be. They are on that CT side now. Fnatic on the T side, looking like they want to hit that B side pretty darn quickly. Fetish, however, is standing in the way. Flusher has taken down his last standing teammate. Here comes Schneider as well. There's Fetish eliminated. Freeze's nade will add on to Schneider, so leaving in a 3v3.
Yeah, that's really good. And Freeze actually going to shoot in. He's going to be taken down. He should have probably waited for his teammates then. Dupree and Pimp 2-on-3. The bomb isn't planted yet, but Flusher and Delwalk, they're really low. A few bullets onto them, and that's going to be all she wrote. Modi's coming in here, will find the angle. Dupree takes the 1 kill. He's going to go down. Pimp, it's all on you now. 1-on-2. He gets the 1 kill, and now it's a 1-on-1. Modi gunning it out, but Pimp will find the headshot. Absolutely critical pistol round here. 8-8. They equalize the score, and now, I mean, Copenhagen Wolves, they are a strong counter-terrorist team. That's what we need to remember. So for them to get 7 rounds on terrorist, it's actually worth a whole lot.
This is worrying stuff. Fnatic there got completely locked out, and poor Modi, every single time he's left in those clutch situations, and he's been playing so well, but see what he can do now. It's Freeze spamming down towards mid. Not getting any connections there, but still a little bit ambitious at the best of times. Flusher will find Freeze now. Fetish replying, back and forth we go, but look at this, the T side of Fnatic are not giving up just yet. JW's broken through, picks up 2 big kills now. They could turn this one right on its head. Just Pimp, just Zipnik stands. But, oh my God, Fnatic, just Zipnik's now left in a 1v3, and somehow Fnatic have done this, and I blinked and almost missed it, but the bomb is in a bit of an awkward situation. If Zipnik realizes that, it could change everything here. JW, Modi, and Schneider have to find a way through. Zipnik still challenging, but JW's there, and Fnatic are not out of it yet.
Oh my God, that's incredible. You're right. Modi has been top fighting so far on Fnatic. He has been really, really good, but I fear he's not best. I fear it's JW who's the best. That was an incredible round. Oh my God, JW. Triple kill with the P250. Schneider's on 17 kill and Modi's on 19, but JW could have actually just won Fnatic the game. That makes all the difference in the world. That kind of cancels out the pistol round that they lost. What an amazing... I mean, that could be the turnaround point. Absolutely could be.
He cannot be too upset with that one. He's clearly going to have the confidence beside him now, and, well, some slightly better weaponry as well. So, 9-8, Fnatic taking back that lead. Modi's still not committing with the bomb, though, but look at JW. He's pushing right up. Devil still exchanging. He gets into these positions so easily, but Zipnix comes around the back, denies that frag through the middle section. So, early advantage towards the Wolves side, and don't tell me we're going to see another eco going the wrong way.
I mean... those are the funniest rounds, but from a casting point of view, it's so upsetting because, you know, we want to sound clever and, like, we know what this game is all about. So you make a prediction, you say they have rifles against pistols, they're probably going to win, and then, you know, the players, and they make it hard for us sometimes. But it is good fun, isn't it, when it happens? And Fnatic playing that round beautifully, the last one. Let's see if they can get an upset in reverse. They're trying to push up, and they have the bomb actually headed to the A-bomb site, which is kind of where nobody is right now, so that's a great move.
Yeah, beautiful play. Dupree, Zipnix, and Freeze were both looking towards it. Modi, Flusher, and Schneider all edging in. Pimp will be waiting, but Freeze and Zipnix turning this one around. Just Schneider and Flusher standing. This is incredible. Flusher now left in a 1v3. Copenhagen Wolves are doing exactly to what Fnatic did to them. This is unbearable to watch. 14 seconds left. Bomb in hand. He is surrounded by the opposition, and he knows it. Desperately looking for a way through. Not going to find it easily. Spam comes in left, right, and center, and Pimp's there. And it's all even again.
Oh, I can't take this anymore. This is too much. Like, they can't do this to us. One round and then the next one. I mean, I don't even want to cast this round. What's going to happen out there? Back on ecoing on Fnatic's side. I don't want to make any predictions. This is too much. Actually, there is a difference this time because look how many Glocks they have. A JW and Modi. Modi has a P2. Yeah, there we go. P250 and JW has an AK. So Fnatic, they really want to take it back. They can feel it now. The score is completely equal, 9 for 9. Let's see if Fnatic can upset the situation once again with just these two tools on their arsenal. Actually, there's one on Schneider as well. Multiple AKs, and they bought in the last second. So they only had Glocks, and now they have P250s. Interesting second buy there from Fnatic.
Really curious choices, but look where Dupree is. Freeze has found one. Taking down JW. Schneider's replied though, but that's given away the game. Now here comes Dupree. Spins around. Freeze has found another. Dupree sprays down. Doesn't get the kill onto Modi there.
It's a 3-on-3 situation, and there's going to be Freeze with a shot through the wall as well on Modi. 2-on-3 situation, and actually, it looks like Freeze is going to be waiting here in the middle. He's actually just trying to flank all the way around. I thought he was going to go back towards the middle, but no. Where is he gone? How is he reading this? I'm really wondering where they're getting the information from, because Pimp is in the bomb side. He can't see anything. Zipnix, well, he's in the middle. I guess they might be guessing because he can't see a single person, but Freeze, he looks so determined going over there. So Devilwalk and Flusher, they might be walking into certain death here.
Let's bear in mind, if he gets these two, he gets the ace here.
Oh my god. It could happen. Triple kill already. He's waiting for them. Gets the shot through the wall. There's Flusher going down. And now the ace is ready, but no, Zipnix will deny it. Quad kill from Freeze. You're absolutely right. Oh, I did not even do the calculation on that one. Unbelievable situation there. So that brings Copenhagen Wolves to a lead. Not for the first time in the game, but I think, is it for the first time in the game? Has it been tied every other time? I'm really trying to think. 10-9. I think they only managed to equalize at the pistol round.
I think you might be right.
So they take the lead for the first time. That's a big deal.
This is unbelievable. First game of the day, and we are watching Fnatic now on the back foot. Just pistols beside them, trying to make any sort of penetration towards that A site. Pimp, however, is defending it. Freeze is on point, and there is no easy access here because right now Freeze is just denying him at the door. 3 for him, pretty much going pretty wild at the moment. I think he's got a little bit of confidence beside him. I think we can kind of summarize there.
And for it, I mean, maybe AWPs aren't just really emotional players. You know, JW as well, he needs that confidence. Freeze maybe too. And it comes in big right now. Obviously, that was an Ikaran from Fnatic, a real Ikaran, and they didn't manage to make us look silly, so that's really great. But now look at Dupree in the middle, pushing up aggressively onto the incoming terrorist, and they're running through their own smoke, and that's going to get you killed every time. Flusher with a return, though, so that's a good trade for the terrorist side, and maybe Copenhagen Wolves need to put a break on it here.
They need to do something right now. Fnatic are looking towards the A site. Fetish has found JW. Modi replying back towards Freeze, and now Pimp might be the next target of focus. You can see Pimp just dropping that flash over the top, gonna back away. 3v3 now, 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the board. Zipnix on the rotate round the back. They're all trying to find their way through towards this A site. Fetish challenging mid. Flusher, incredible shot coming in there. He's picked up 2 very important kills this round, but look at Zipnix right here. He's in the best possible position, and Pimp should be able to play this one correctly with him.
This could be a slaughter. He's just going to walk up behind him. He sees that there are 2, but he's not going to shoot. Great play from Zipnix. He's such an intelligent player, and there comes the spray, but he runs out of bullets. It's the M4A1. It only has 20 bullets, and that could be the end, but it is not. Zipnix will pick up the double eventually, and Pimp will help him out. Copenhagen Wolves taking a critical round here. Fnatic, they've just been ecoing, they bought, and now they get all their rifles taken away from them. Copenhagen Wolves, they're really stepping it closer now, and I'm wondering what their economic situation is like. Well, it's slowly being stepped up, but they're not at the point yet where they can...
Yeah, there's not that kind of security that you can just depend on. They still have to fight for every single moment. We are, as you mentioned, seeing Fnatic back on just an eco here. Only pistols, 1 smoke, 1 flash, and that's your lot. Dupree keeping hold of that A site. It's going to be a massive push when it does happen. Flash has landed. Here comes the flood of the T side. I don't think we're going to see a turnaround this time. Dupree is not wasting any bullets. 2 kills already in the bag. Looking for the 3rd. Not going to get it so easily. There it is onto Devilwalk. Gets the 4th. And he could get the ace here just to clear this one up. However, Freeze decides to ruin his day.
There's no ace day today.
No, indeed. Freeze got his taken away, so he's got to ruin it for someone else. It's 4s all around.
Fair enough, but still a quad kill. And now there's a significant amount of money on the Copenhagen Wolves side, and that does make a difference. It means if they lose a round, well, they could buy next round after that. So that's really important. With 13,000 on Sivnix is kind of ridiculous. Fnatic, they've bought once again. They have an AWP on JW. I think Fnatic needs to take this round and the next one too to really make it back. Otherwise, I think Copenhagen Wolves could make a breakthrough.
Oh my god, but look at what they're doing. Why did the Wolves just run into Fnatic there? They've given them a chance towards this A side.
Yeah, Freeze missing a really critical shot as well. This is Fnatic's round to lose. There's no doubt about it. 3-on-5 situation. They should be able to plant the bomb. They have the smokes and everything working. Freeze actually does find a shot on Muddy. That's a great find there, but Sivnix is going to go down. Freeze and Fetish left. 2-on-4 situation, and I think they might want to save. Even though they have a lot of money, it isn't really worth it to go for it.
Yeah, and now with just Fetish alive, he's backing the hell out of there. 51 HP as it is. And I've got to ask the question. Copenhagen Wolves pretty much just gifted them that round. What was that aggressive push coming out from them like? You know, you did mention they had maybe 1 round to throw away money-wise, but surely you don't want to be giving it on a plate towards the opposition like Fnatic.
Yeah, that's certainly not what we mean when we say throw away. It's not like, oh, you know, let's
go for it.
Let's just go for it. No, I think maybe they overthought the situation. So they've had some really good rounds, Copenhagen Wolves here, and they've been playing, well, they play aggressively in the middle sometimes, and otherwise they've just been playing fairly passively on the bomb site. So maybe their thought was, okay, let's change our strategy before Fnatic even get a chance to adapt to it, and that actually makes a lot of sense.
True.
But Fnatic, they saw that coming apparently, or they just, standardly are really defensively over towards the bomb site. So smart play from Fnatic. They have 3 people waiting, which is kind of rough. Normally, I mean, if it had been this round, you could see there's only 1 person waiting on that slope, and JW finds the kill on Dupree. That's a very quick peek and does what JW does best.
JW and best. You're getting that in a lot today. I will give you that one. But we are leaving in a 5v4 here. Fnatic with the advantage this time, and they need to get those rounds building back on their side if they want a chance into this. Bearing in mind, they could be going home after this one.
Yeah, that's what's on the line here. And also, something I don't think we've even mentioned yet, but the fact that whoever wins this is actually going to be getting given a spot to DreamHack. That's what's on the line too, because both Very Games and NIP have already qualified. So those spots that are actually for this tournament, well, they go to the people who win today. There it is, wow. JW picking up a 2nd kill. Pimp, Freeze and Sivnix left. It's a 3-on-5 Pansy. It's going to be rough now.
Yeah, tough times ahead. We are, however, seeing the Copenhagen Wolves reading this correctly. Sivnix, Pimp, both going over towards the A side. That is where the T side are looking to hit as well. Flashes are coming through, and I think Fnatic might have a bit of a struggle here. Not going to be the easy entrance they wanted. Devilwalk coming in, Flasher coming in, Pimp tucked in on that side though. He's going to wait, peeks around, picks up Devilwalk. Sivnix comes onto Molly. They're turning this one, but JW stands tall, takes down Pimp. Now just Sivnix and Freeze stand here. Can they hold them back? Can they hold on? It's a bit of a tough task, but Freeze still alive and kicking. Finds Schneider, bringing it all even. 10 seconds remain. JW onto the side, but Sivnix finds Flusher. It's a 1v2. JW, can you go big? He's found another 1v1. 3 seconds left. I don't think he's got the time for it, but my word, that was right down to the wire.
Oh my god, he got the quad kill and lost the round. That is, well, Fnatic, they had the last round of the first half where Muddy couldn't get the defuse, and this round on top. These rounds, they weigh heavily on your conscience. You get so frustrated doing that, and JW with such a brilliant round still did not win it. 14-10. I mean, we said Copenhagen Wolves, they maybe gave Fnatic a round. Well, they just got one back in return, and now we're into the 25th round, score being 10-14. It's very close now for Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, the Wolves on the verge of victory here. They've got to be feeling confident. It's finally back with them. But Fnatic are so dangerous.
They really are. You can't give them any kind of opening. And well, JW, he's looking for one over here. If they peek up anywhere, but actually there's nobody on that slope. They're down by the box, and he might find them anyway. If he spots a leg or a shoulder or anything like that, any pixel behind that box, that's going to be instant death.
Yeah, indeed, and you just do not want to allow this man a pixel out of place, because he will take that shot and he will not miss it. But we are seeing Devilwalk and Schneider making the way around, as you can see on the minimap there, with the bomb. And there we have it. JW opens up like he does best, taking down Pimp, and that could be access to A.
Yeah, it's going to be all on Dupree. He gets the one shot. He does not get the second one, and that's the bomb side lost. Dupree was the man that they needed to step up there, and he couldn't quite. They're going to put out the smokes, and, well, they eat some grenades, but it's going to be Fetish and Sipnix. It's going to be a 2-on-4 situation. Bomb goes down, and they're already making a run for it, and as they should. So Fnatic making it 11-14. And the question is, maybe we could pull up the scoreboard and look at what the money is while they're running away, because I think that's what we need to look at. So Copenhagen Wolves, they can still buy. Fnatic, they needed this round, so a very important round for them to win. They're obviously going to be able to buy, but, I mean, money down to $0 on Modi, that's a big deal. And look at the scores as well. Modi and Schneider really carrying their team right now.
Yeah, and it's a really even spread over the Wolves as well. Only Fetish below 17. Everyone else is 17 and above, which is impressive stuff. JW, even with the fancy shot, sitting below Modi and Schneider, but it's everyone playing perfectly at the moment. 14-11 currently. Copenhagen Wolves still with the lead, but Fnatic are not going down without a fight.
It's true, and actually it's surprising. JW is kind of the one guy, so Devilwalk is the one guy who's sort of trailing behind a little bit with 9 kills. And I don't want to put anybody out, because Devilwalk is probably the nicest person in esports. But, you know, he's been such a consistent player, and I think it might be the fact that it's Mirage. He really just doesn't like this map, but Freeze does. Opening shot on JW, it doesn't really get any better than that, does it, Pansy?
No, that is exactly you want to be starting with. And now Zimnix wants to chime in as well. Takes down Flusher, goes back for second. Smoke is already deployed. Nicely played, spraying down. No other connections, but Devilwalk's tag, Schneider's tag. Only Modi sitting on 4 HP right now.
Opening kills, they are important. If you get 2 of them, well, then that's twice as good. Basic maths. Devilwalk, Schneider, and Modi, 3-on-5 situation. Now is where it gets a little bit tricky, because you need a pick-off now. You need actually 2 pick-offs, and how are you going to get them? You've lost JW, who's one of the guys you kind of rely on to do that. So I think we're going to see them walking around the map slowly, securely, trying to pick off anybody from Copenhagen Wolves who might be out of spot or might try and be looking somewhere. It could be Fetish in the middle, because that's where they're sort of making their way in, and if they can get those kills, well, then they're back in the round. Nothing is done yet.
Yeah, they are actually edging towards A. Those smokes have allowed them through without Fetish being able to see them, but now they could be in trouble. Freeze is still alive. He's backed into a corner, doesn't land the shot he wanted. Dupree will find Schneider, so a bit of an exchange, but still, Devilwalk and Modi, still a lot of work to do.
2-on-4 situation, and there's going to be one going down. It's Modi alone, and he will drop. Copenhagen Wolves managing to make it happen, and there is that magic 15th round. Now Fnatic, they're fighting for overtime, and that is not a position you want to be in, and I'm really wondering, economically, they must be getting Gloso as well, so they're not going to have the full arsenal here to buy. Well, they're trying, but they're lacking grenades. They do have the rifles, mainly. 1 Galil, I think. 2, actually.
2 Galils in the mix, so it's not perfect, but it's just about okay. But as you said, these opening kills mean absolutely everything. And right now, Freeze does tag up Flusher, doesn't get the kill he wanted. So still, 5v5, I mean, you can hear the tension behind us. This is absolutely incredible. Fetish going in as well, taking Schneider low. Fnatic are in trouble here.
They're in a lot of trouble, and they need to push into a site, and they are going quickly about it. If they drop Sipnix, there might be an opening, but he's going to get the kill. Pimp takes 1 as well. It's 2. It's 3. Dupree's coming in as well. Devilwalk finally chiming in, but it's too late. 16-11. Copenhagen Wolves take it and put Fnatic out of the tournament and also secure themselves a spot at DreamHack. And now Pansy, they get to face Very Games.
Wow, what a stunning, stunning game to have. We saw Fnatic with a huge lead at the start. It was 6-0.
Yeah.
It was so in their favor, but the Wolves, they were not done. That was so well played, and every single player's got to be happy with that performance.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really excited. 16-11, you know, I'm sad. I was 1 round off my mark.
But you're incorrect. No bonus points for you.
Damn, I was hoping you'd give me like a close, like, you know, just half a point.
After the amount of JW best comments, you don't get any help towards this.
God damn it. All right, that's all right. It'll be fine. I'll get the next one, I'm sure. I get the next one, I'm sure.
Okay.
We'll see. No, I mean, Fnatic, they've been fighting really hard for it. I think actually what we can learn from this is that the map picking stage really matters a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it's so cool that we get to see it now, because we can understand how it actually all plays out.
Of course.
With the maps ending up between Train and Mirage, I think Fnatic ended up on the worst map possible for them, and that's really, really not good. So they tried really hard. They brought it almost back. If they could have won that round, maybe would have been some sort of opening into it. But Copenhagen Wolves on the counter-terrorist side of really any map are just incredibly strong. That's what we can take away from this.
Pretty much. These guys are certainly looking for upsets. They certainly can perform at times like this as well. I think we're going to see them going on to some interesting results later as well. And there's another deciding game coming up in just a moment, and that's going to be just ridiculous.
That's going to be the rematch, isn't it?
It is. What a classic game to watch. I was on the edge of my seat, you know what I mean?
Triple overtime yesterday. With I mean, everybody brought it out in that game. There was nobody slacking, nobody sleeping. If you haven't watched that game, then you probably need to go and watch the VOD because
now.
It wasn't your typical overtime where you're like, let's just get this over with. It's going to be boring soon. It was really, really crazy.
Yeah, indeed. And the one thing you mentioned to me was their contrasting playstyles, that they're so different, yet it just was so close. But that first game is only the tip of the iceberg of today because we have some incredible games coming up. But before we go too far away from that, let's bring it back to the game we just watched because I do believe we have the ever-lovely Paul Red-Eye Challenger waiting with an interview with one of the Wolves.
Thank you very much, yes, with Fetish. Congratulations, first of all. I think we can categorise that as a very strange game. Started off 6-0, you guys looked like you were... I don't know what you looked like. It was very weird from our point of view watching. What was it like from your point of view?
Well, we had to figure out how they were playing. It's a relatively new map, even though Mirage has been used before. The Valve kind of decided to fuck it up by not knowing what to do. So they just placed boxes everywhere and changed. They pretty much changed the pace of the game by changing the map completely. So it was really hard for us to get a feel of how they played it, and they were really offensive towards middle and towards that underpass area. So we had to adjust our strategies to that, and once we did that, I feel like we kind of got into the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the whole game as a whole, you won 16 rounds while they only won another 5 after that first 6 rounds. So it did work out for you. There was a crazy thing in the second half where you both had to you had to eco start with, but you won the round, and then I guess that's it's such a big thing, isn't it? When you win an eco, you're just like, yes, we've got such an advantage now. We've won a round we didn't expect, and then you lose the next round with an eco to them. What was that all about?
It's devastating. But it's like this map, like. I was partially the reason why we lost to the eco because I was too far ahead on short, or the area that we call short, and I simply didn't know that you could see me from down middle. Like the height level on this map is different, so he could see me clearly. That was, I didn't know.
Does it take a little bit of time? I mean, you said earlier on it's virtually the same map in terms of the layout, but it's a very different map strategically. So is it just a case of learning this one and getting better at it?
No. If you look at the A side, for instance, look at the boxes. There's like small gaps between them. If you spot someone through that gap, if you're a T, you can see them, but they can see you. They would pop up on your radar, and that's just that there shouldn't be those small gaps between all the boxes because it gives an unfair advantage. And the boxes are so weird located on the map or on that side of the map that the map is just ruined.
Okay, fair point of view. I'm sure Valve are listening and they're taking into account the criticism, and I know they've made a lot of changes to the map, so I'm sure they'll still do that. Let's talk about the tournament again. Through to the semi-finals now, but it's a huge ask to get through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, it is. Now we're gonna face off NIP, right? Yeah. So I predict we win.
Short and sweet, I like it, Fetish, very good. Copenhagen Wolves safely through to the semi-final after a bit of a scare, frankly, early on against Fnatic, but they are there and they will play Ninjas in Pyjamas. Let's go and see what Mr. Jason Kaplan made of Copenhagen Wolves' win.
Thanks for that, Paul. And I like the confidence in his voice coming up against NIP a little bit later on. But we got the stats for you in just a second, just to show you really how that game kind of developed. And I want you to pay attention to the heat map because that really shows where all the action went down. So let's go ahead and get that on your screen just so you can see exactly what I'm checking out. And if you look at the site A and middle, that is exactly where everything seemed to happen. I mean, there's a little bit over at B, obviously, because they're going to be going towards that B site. But that's where all the major contesting happened. If you look at how, both sides really played it, you saw Copenhagen Wolves doing such a great job of holding on to that site. And you can look at the kills, across the board. Dupree, again, coming out big with those 20 kills and those 23 deaths. And he went 36-5 and 26 yesterday, really leading the team. He's doing it yet again. However, he did get out-fragged by Zip finally in that one. And then you look over at the other side. Look at Pimp. 77.78% headshot rate. That is ridiculous for this game. And I want to point out Schneider, too, because Pimp did such a good job, obviously different teams, but they did such a good job of getting themselves back in the round. And you really have to give a shout out to Monty on top of that, who had so many clutches. He was really trying to carry the team emotionally, really trying to get them pumped up, really trying to get them out there. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough, and they got taken down by the Wolves. And looking at the second half here, it's still all about middle, all about that ace side, and that's kind of what we predicted. Freeze and JW in that middle, almost said mid lane, trying to see who can hold on to that, who can really push it down. And in the end, Copenhagen Wolves coming out ahead, but they have a harder task coming up. NIP next for them. That is going to be a tough match. We're going to find out a little bit more about that later on today. But for now, we're going to head over to Paul, who has a little something to say.
Thank you very much, Jason. Nicely broken down there. Stats galore, of course. We'll keep those coming for you throughout the day. And we do have our other playoff match coming up next, courtesy of Group B. It is the monster match between Universal Soldiers and Na'Vi. We had such an epic game between those two yesterday. Can it possibly get any more epic today? We'll find out in a few minutes' time. Don't forget, we also have our Facebook competition still running, facebook.com/Raycore EMS1. We can actually show you some of the posts that have been made over the last day or so. All you have to do, if you'd like a chance of winning some of the signed goodies, courtesy of Raycore and courtesy of all of our teams here, is go to the page and load it up. Put a comment on the post that we've got there. You can actually see on your screen right now. I'll scroll through some of these on here. You can see people have been posting their fan art and what have you. All you need to do is tell us why, well, firstly, who you're supporting and why you're supporting them with something that you've made yourself, or maybe it's a video, maybe it's a poem, maybe it's a bit of music, something inspirational. Whatever it is, and you feel passionate about it, post it on that page and you could be the winner of some exclusive signed merchandise from the teams here at the Raycore EMS1. I'm going to take a very quick break now, but when we come back, it's Poland versus the Ukraine.